Hello and welcome back to the Substitutes. I'll be your host, Cameron Thayer, and joining me is Andrew, who's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Walker, who is an Arsenal fan. Owen, who you cannot see, is a Chelsea
Hello.
fan. And Dylan, who is a Crystal Palace fan. Our topics for the day are looking at the Prem results from the past weekend. We'll also look at the FA Cup draw and our quick predictions on them. We'll also do questions from our Instagram and also a couple debates that we have and some career path questions that Andrew has popped up with.
Yeah.
All right. First, we'll start with Chelsea 1, Fulham 0. Owen, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a solid performance for most of the game, from the top to the bottom, kind of dominated the match for large portions, only got shaky towards the end, shocking who scored the goal and from where. It was Cole Palmer, another penalty. He is just ice cold. For 40 million each week, it looks like a better deal. Enzo and Caicedo, honestly, they're starting to look like a real duo in there, starting to understand each other, move the ball quick, dominate the midfield. I know Andy's given looks, but you try to sign both of them. I think it was
for us.
Yeah, fair enough. But we're undefeated at the Bridge in the last 8 games, so starting to make that a little bit of a fortress again. So Pochettino's getting a little bit of bounce from the players, but with results like losing to Middlesbrough, it's just still question marks are all over this team, and if they can bounce back on a consecutive basis, and where the goals are going to come from, because we can't keep relying on Cole to drag us through and creating these insane chances. The pass he put into Sterling was unbelievable. Only certain players would see that. And then Raheem was quick. He showed a little bit of composure, not shooting it and getting blocked right away. And I think, we just need a little bit more composure and maturity in this team. And, eventually it could be something.
How long is Nkunku out? Have they said yet?
He didn't train again today, but I keep seeing reports that we're set to be strengthened by his return in imminent return. So I don't think he'll play on Tuesday against Middlesbrough, but hopefully he's back for the game, in some capacity against Villa on the Friday.
That's not bad. That is not bad for
Dude's
the
made of
Chelsea.
glass, man. Made of glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, but, along with the links to Benzema, there have been stories, about how we are willing to sell Broha this January. I mean, I don't think he's, top 6 quality, but
if you could get some money for him,
goals.
I think that's a great deal for your side. It was
million.
reported 50 mil.
Yeah, I saw 50 mil.
When you're getting Cole Palmer for 40 or 45, that's I mean, you can't
never know.
You'll walk him out.
Anyone's going to get 50 million out of it is going to be Chelsea.
Exactly. We pulled Arsenal's pants down and got 65 for Kai.
Yeah, they got 60 for Kai.
I mean, I don't know why you're laughing, Cam. Look at Mason Mount as well.
Hey, at least
I forgot he even played at United too.
At least he's been hurt, so
Yeah, a little bit of an excuse.
Yeah, just a tad.
Better
than
Kai.
Well, Owen, how are you feeling about going into the Borough tie? Confident?
If we were away, I would not feel that confident. But the fact we're going to be at Stamford Bridge, you got to kind of just expect the team to get like a 2-0 win and move on to the final. So I'd say I'm pretty confident. And, I'll be having a couple pints to join that confidence during the match.
Lovely.
Awesome that. All right, moving on. We are going to Newcastle 2, Manchester City 3. Dylan, Andrew, I'm going to let you lot go ahead and talk about this game.
I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, do you need to say anything else? It's just, we've seen it so many times. 2 great goals by Newcastle, though. I mean, in terms of just being kind of clinical on the counter, it wasn't like a well-worked move or anything. It was just 1 or 2 passes that undid it. And then, I mean, within the span of 2 or 3 minutes, it was the same exact goal pretty much, just from different players. But they looked pretty strong. They gave up some chances, Newcastle. But, I mean, they looked pretty strong, and then when De Bruyne came on, it looked like the gaps in between the midfield and their back line, it looked like he was always just going to get a slip ball through, and that was what Rodri did, just got him in that half space for his goal. And that ball that he played to Oscar Bob in the 90th minute, I mean, that's just you can't really I mean, there's not. I don't think any other player in the world can pick that pass in that moment. That's just me personally, but I don't think any other players playing that ball that perfect in that moment and stuff. But yeah, it looks like it could be a season turnaround. Not turnaround, but season really just
to kick on.
pushing forward. Yeah, to push them forward and push them to the title. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I hated to see it. And you could see the way they were celebrating. It was a result that meant a lot. So, and I mean, with Holland coming back, they're looking scary. But I mean, the pressure's on them. It's almost not on Liverpool at this point. It's the pressure's on City because everyone expects them to go and win 15 straight. And I mean, I know they've been there and done it before. It's not like they haven't, but I feel like Liverpool just kind of
like
this first
seasons in a row.
Yeah, this first year kind of Liverpool squad is just kind of like they weren't expected to be in this position, and they just kind of don't really have anything to lose, so they're just giving it a go. So I think it'll be a little bit tighter than people give it credit for. People are just saying it's over and done with, but I think it'll be a little closer than people think.
Not with Salah's injury today. Who knows about that? Could be out a while.
Yeah, he's just a scouser.
He'll be fine.
He just wants
He's
to
coming
go
back
home.
home. He's coming back home.
Dylan, you want to touch on anything?
Not much to touch on top of that. I'm just glad. I'd like to thank KDB for that personally, because otherwise my prediction would have been so far off. I thought City were gonna have a nice, comfortable day, but absolutely nothing like I thought. But still got the job done in the end of the day. 3 goals scored. I mean, I'm halfway there.
Yeah,
I mean, every single goal in that game was just a quality goal as well, which it was just, a brilliant game to watch, easy on the eye for the neutral. So, that was just honestly just a good game in general.
I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen, and I was watching the overlap, and I feel like I've never seen Pep drag his whole squad out onto the field and celebrate a win. But
he's
like that was something that they touched on, and they were like,
they're hungry. They're still hungry.
Yeah, well, I think it also just meant so. Like
he knew
all the
how
players were all around
that result
Kev.
was.
Yeah, he knew how much that was.
Yeah, well, that can change a season, especially away at a tough place like St. James's. Real quick before we go on to the next part, just a quick review at our predictions from last week. Real quick on the Chelsea game, I predicted 2-0 to Chelsea. Walker had it as a 1-1 draw. Cam as well had 2-0 Chelsea, and Dylan had 2-1 Chelsea. So none of us got the score right, but we all 3 of us got the result right. And with the Newcastle City game, Walker had 1-0 Newcastle, and he said if either Holland or De Bruyne were out, but he said if both of them started, that they would walk all over him, and neither of them started. But I mean, obviously KDB came on. I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I had 3-1 City, and I called City going ahead, Newcastle getting back into it, and De Bruyne or Holland coming off in the 60th or 70th minute and deciding the game, which
which exactly happened.
Pretty much exactly what happened. So come on now. But didn't get the score still. Dylan didn't really give a score prediction, but he just said, Newcastle was chasing shadows. And then Cam had 2-0 City. And then, Cam had 2-0 City, so no one got the score right there either.
We don't know the schools. We just know who's going to win. That's what I'm at. Owen definitely would have had Chelsea.
And then we'll talk about the I'm sure he wouldn't have picked 1-0 though.
No.
It would have been about 4 or 5.
But then we'll talk about the other predictions whenever we get there for the other 2 Prem games. And does anyone want to touch on the Everton Villa game?
Yeah, I'll kind of go with Walker if you want. Everton 0, Aston Villa 0. Just not really much to talk about with this game. All right,
Cam, you want to talk about the United?
Yeah, move it on.
Predictions or no?
Just the predictions for that game. We had Walker with a 1-0 Everton win, Dylan with a 2-1 Villa win, me with a 1-0 Everton win, and Cam with a 2-0 Everton win. So no one got their result there.
Breathing that for the boys.
Yeah, no one. I mean, it's tough predicting a draw. You want to see someone win, so
especially a 0-0 draw.
That's you don't want to predict that, do you?
Nah.
But yeah, Cam, if you want to go ahead on United.
Yeah, I'll touch on United just a bit. I thought we started off strong, obviously, after Rasmus, thunderbolted that into the back of the net. But, after the first half, I think everything went downhill from there. But I think, like, the biggest thing that I'm taking away from the game is we have no style. And I think it's, like, starting to get more noticeable as every game goes on because we have no difference in attacking. It's always just a lumped ball, or Bruno is just knocking it to Rashford, and Rashford's trying to run and make something of it. We don't have, and like if you want to look at two teams that have like one has a style, one has zero style. Watching Tottenham and their style and Ange, how much of he's got onto the team compared to where Ten Hag does, and Ten Hag's had a whole other season compared to where Ange has just started. So I don't know. It's a lot, but I think that with the new ownership anyway, that it's like I can't remember what pundit said. I think maybe it was Jamie Carragher said that. I mean, he's just like a caretaker until May, until something, unless he drastically changes things. But with the new ownership, they won't be having it, especially with everything that's going on. So I don't know. And how high United will
same
finish
old from United.
Yeah, it's every you can come back every podcast and it'll be we'll win.
Time for another 3-year rebuild.
High. Yeah, and yeah, time for another three-year rebuild. I think Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, it's been 10 years of rebuild.
Well, I just I don't understand why I see like Ten Hag in the media saying that they're trying to play a certain style of football. Like he's been saying it all season. I remember him saying it like as recently as 3 weeks ago, and like how the players were bought in, but we haven't seen any type of style.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything.
There's no cohesion to the play. It's just but it's honestly 11 individuals. I just don't really get what's going on. Like, do you see any sort of solution to that, Cam, with maybe players returning, or do you think it's just like ride it out to the end of the season?
The only thing that I would say, like the only differences would be, Lissandro coming back in and Shaw. I mean, he's a very pragmatic.
What do you think about Casemiro too? Is he expected to be back?
With him, he's supposed to be back. He was on the bench against Spurs. He just never came in because we were, trying to get a goal. But I think, whenever Lissandro gets back and he plays, and when Shaw gets back and he plays, because he's very much a build out of the back. That's why we got Onana. But like Johnny Evans doesn't play out of the back. Like that, you're not. He's not. The fact that I'm speaking about Johnny Evans in 2024 is just, yeah, whatever. But so whenever Lissandro comes back and Shaw comes back, I think that if nothing changes with those two, because I don't think the midfield really will change. I mean, it will a little bit because Casemiro will maybe mark the trailing run that's scored 10 times on us this season. So I don't know. That could change things. But if it doesn't change, then yeah, no, I don't. He won't last past the summer. But I don't know who we'd bring in either. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We're under another 4 or 5 year project probably. So can't wait. We'll be 30 before we win the Premier League.
I think the thing is with y'all getting players back, y'all are going to be a lot more solid. But you're still not going to have those guys off the bench that are going to be able to make an impact in the game, which is going to be tough for y'all. So you're going to have to win games early.
Well, like, this is, like, the things I'm reading is, like, and, everybody's got something to say on United, I swear, every source. So, like, they're saying a summer clear out of Maguire, Lindelof, who we just signed an extra year. Yeah. So, Wan-Bissaka maybe with the Crystal Palace that's been flopped around. A lot of people are wanting to say basically the back line's going to get a rebuild, and we bring in Todibo, De Ligt, and something else. And, like, it's just all these different, I don't know, just as a United fan, I'm just sick and tired of seeing like so many sources come out and say so many different things. But I mean, I know it happens for every club, but I swear I think we're probably double of what everybody else gets. We're linked with everyone. But yeah, we'll also touch real quick on Spurs. It looked good, with without 5 starters. They, went to Old Trafford, which is not a fortress anymore. I understand, but where do we think? How high can Spurs finish? What is their ceiling? Would you guys say if they got?
I think they'll get in the top 4. Yeah, I think they'll get in the top 4.
I think they should. No, I think their ceiling could be 3rd.
Yeah, I think if Arsenal go on a poor run, I mean, Spurs could overtake.
And it's easy. They've got the good feeling in the squad too. Not as much football, like less midweek games.
I think Arsenal could honestly go on. I mean, depending on their draw and everything, have a go at the Champions League, and they'll. I mean, if they, especially with I'm not 100% sure, but with 5th possibly getting Champions League, I think that they could. I mean, just because y'all have never really had a true run besides the 1 year. You got to the final in the Champions League. Yeah. But besides
Invincible
that,
season, you lost in the semifinals to the Chelsea. Or the quarterfinal.
It was 06, wasn't it?
Was it the year after then? Year after?
It was
06, and Henry got
besides
sent off,
that,
right?
I mean, you haven't had a serious run, so I think the club wouldn't mind going on
they're
a
an
deep
unserious
run,
team.
With those games on Tuesdays and Thursdays, with the Saturday, Sunday
sitting
game,
all the way down in 9th place.
I could see
Talk
him,
about serious.
Resting players.
Pretty is this?
But yeah, I think Spurs could finish.
Spurs can finish.
I think third is their ceiling, but I think they will finish either 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, I would say 3rd. I think 3rd is definitely their ceiling. Heck, they maybe even 2nd, as Gary Neville said. Who knows?
Bowie's daycare.
Well, it's just because they aren't in competitions.
It's very serious. The daycare system. It's very serious.
All right, moving on from the Premier League, we will touch on the FA Cup draw that came out just for the Premier League teams. There are, National League teams and Championship teams that are in. But yeah, we'll go ahead and touch on the AFC Bournemouth versus Swansea City game. Andrew, what is your prediction?
I'm gonna go Bournemouth at home. I'm gonna go with the 2-0. They're gonna go. They're gonna want to go on a little cup run, and I think Iriola's done really well, so I think they're safe for sure in my eyes. And going on a good cup run for the fans, they'll invest into it. So yep, I'm going 2-0.
It's just one game, right? Unless they tie replay or no.
Yeah, unless they tie it to replay. Yeah. Walker.
I think I'm gonna follow up with 2-0 Bournemouth win as well. I think it's just they're in a good form, and I think Swansea City is just very subpar in the Championship this year as well. I think they're sitting in like 16th or 18th around there. Not looking too great.
Not good.
All right. And I'll go ahead and clear that up with a 3-0 AC Bournemouth win, just to change it up a wee bit. Dylan?
Yeah, I said it last week. 2-2. Got to stick by Yannick Bolasie. They can bring it back to Wales, and they might just have to go there in Swansea.
That's funny because I was gonna say it's the magic of the cup. 2-2. Put me on that as well.
Ooh,
wow.
Wow. Love it.
Here
the boys are
we
buzzing. All right. Moving on to West Bromwich Albion versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. We'll go, Andrew. You can start.
That's a pretty big derby, isn't it?
It's a big derby.
Midlands.
Yeah.
And West Brom, huh?
And yeah, they haven't played for a while. I'm pretty sure it's been at least
Wolves never beat the Albion
away.
Never beat
really. I'm gonna go for,
but you know,
I'm gonna go for a. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 first leg. I think it'll get a replay. Wolves will, they did last round. Yeah, and get it done.
Walker.
I go 2-1 to the Wolves. I think Cunha gets a brace.
Wayne won't be back, will he?
Nah, probably not.
Nah, he won't. Not by then.
I'm gonna go. Oh, come on, the Albion. Give me 2-1 Albion.
Oh, come on, the Albion.
Come on, the Albion. Dylan, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 the Albion as well. Daryl
Let's
DK
go.
scoring the winner.
Is
Daryl
it?
DK.
Is West Brom, are they in the third division?
No, they're in
Championship.
No, they're in
Championship.
championship.
Okay.
All right, Owen.
You know what? I'm gonna go for a hard-fought 0-0 draw.
Oh, this guy.
I said it.
Boring.
I said
Right.
it. I said it, mate. It's gonna be
This guy.
There's gonna be a couple red cards in this match. It's gonna be.
So boring. All
This
right.
guy hates
Moving on.
puppies.
Moving on to Bristol City versus Nottingham Forest. Andrew, go ahead.
I'm gonna go. I think Forest, especially after it looks like they could get some points deducted. I think they're gonna want to put on a performance. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Forest to beat Bristol. Even though Bristol against West Ham did look good, but
All right, Walker, go ahead.
Going 1-0 to Bristol City. I think they do it again. I think they keep the cup magic rolling.
love it.
Beat West Ham. West Ham's a much better side than Forest at this point.
Yeah,
in
they
time,
are.
So.
But West Ham were playing. I mean, all their bench players.
They had Danny Ings leading the line.
Yeah, they got a ton of
Ings.
injuries.
Danny Ings.
Don't
should
climb
not-
Danny
It was
Ings,
Danny-
man.
Are you kidding me?
It was Danny
Have you
Ings
seen
and
him?
Max Cornet.
And
That is
been
a
run like
really
a
good
Dude,
Santos.
Cornet was supposed to be something else at one point.
But he has not been.
He has been
No, he's not.
something other than else, I'll tell you that.
All right.
You know, I'm going to go another 2-1 Bristol City. Give it to them. Come on, Bristol.
Magic of the Cup. The boys are riding the magic of the
They're
Cup.
loving it.
I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna have to hop off for one of these though, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one. It's gonna be
Go ahead,
Nottingham.
son.
It's just gonna be Nottingham 1-0.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, and Owen?
Let me guess, Owen 0-0 draw.
No.
Yeah.
Agree with Dylan again. 1-0 Forest.
Oh, Owen has predicted 2 draws and a Forest win. So
And a
far.
1-0.
No 1-0, yeah.
And a 1-0.
This
A
guy's really fun.
2-2, a 0-0, and a 0-1. All right,
Ooh,
moving on.
Chel-
And we're going
Ooh.
to start with Owen here. Chelsea face
2-0
Aston Villa.
Chelsea at home. We shouldn't
Oh.
have lost them in the league at home. Book it.
Yeah.
Wow. 2-0, huh?
I mean, I think
All right.
I don't know. It's going to be weird. I wonder how Unai Emery will set up there because I could see Villa wanting to go deep in a cup, but also it kind of depends how far do they want to go in the Prem and do they think they can realistically get top 4? And I mean, with that, if they can get top 4 and they think they can, they might rest some players and kind of concede a little bit, but because Chelsea have been good at home, but I don't know. I think it's all going to depend on the lineup, but I think Chelsea have been good at home, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea. Cole Palmer from the penalty spot and a little Madueke goal. I like Madueke.
Great.
I think he's been good.
He's been good. He has been.
All right, Walker.
I hate to say it, but I'm not. I think Chelsea can scrape away a win. I'm gonna go 1-0 win to Chelsea.
Yeah, and I'm going to follow that up with a Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2. Villa move on.
Oh,
Come on, you
lovely.
villains.
I'm gonna do the opposite score. Chelsea 2, Villa 1. I think Villa will try and make a deep run with the Conference League as well as trying to push on in the Prem. So I think this will be the one that they can let slide.
Yeah.
It's just like Roy Keane said, though. What are you staying in the FA Cup for? I mean, it's just one extra game. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
That
Roy
doesn't add
Keane. One about
anything to
50 of
Villa.
them.
Villa that's nothing. No, Villa will definitely put out a strong lineup, I think they want to win that. All right, moving on. Andrew, you can start with it. Liverpool versus Norwich City, but first we'll touch on Mo Salah injury.
I'm gonna go. It'll be a classic Norwich battering. The kids will play. Curtis Jones, couple goals. I'll go for a 4-0 Liverpool at Anfield.
And
But
Walker.
yeah, on that Mo Salah injury, I think that's going to be something that we're just going to have to see with time. But it looked like a hamstring, so that could be, it could just be a tweak. He's been playing the only games that he's missed for Liverpool. I think he's missed 2 games due to illness, but he's never been injured. And I mean, he's played almost every minute this season for us. So, I mean, I could see it being where he's just getting tired. But I mean, hopefully it's not anything too serious, and that he'll be able to come back and be strong and be fit by the time he gets back.
Saw something also, if it is serious, Luis Diaz this year has been shocking, I must say. I think it's 2 goals.
Stats-wise.
3 goals and 1
he's not
assist, I
been
think,
good.
in 19 Premier League appearances.
Yeah, and the Prem
That's
has
not
not
good
been
enough.
great. But he came
But
on.
it's-
He
How
Yeah,
would you perform at work if your parents were kidnapped and you just got them back?
No,
That's when he scored
I
a
mean,
goal
come
against
on.
Luton.
That you
No,
gonna
I'm
make
just
me
kidding.
feel
I'm just
nice.
kidding. He's been horrid. I'm not joking. He's been terrible.
No, I think he's a great player, though. I think he'll come good. He's
Yeah.
been
He's
super,
a
super
class
unlucky.
player, but that's
Not been
the
good
reason
enough,
why
though.
we're saying he's been so poor is because
Yeah.
we have expectations of him.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
All right, Walker.
he also during all that wasn't playing the whole time. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
True.
3-1 Liverpool win. I
3-1.
think Norwich gets one, but I don't think they get
we
much
could
more than one.
concede. Yeah, Kwanzaa
Yeah,
will play, but he's been good in our cup run.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Liverpool 5, Norwich 1. I think they just
How's that?
Yeah, simple as that. Moving on, Dylan.
I'll basically go the same. I'm gonna go 4-1. I think Kwanzaa's gonna be some player. He looks really good
Yeah,
so
I
far
do
this
too.
season.
He's only 20. He's been really good. And
I
then
think Liverpool will take this one a bit easy. Just go 2-0 Liverpool.
could see it. Could see it. All right, now on to Spurs versus City, probably the game of the draw. It's going to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we all know City hate to play. I'll start this one off, and I'm going to go Tottenham 3, City 1. I think that Tottenham throw everything that they've got in this game. And yeah, I mean, I don't think City care about the FA Cup as much as they do the Champions League and the Prem, just in my personal opinion. I mean, after winning the treble and everything last year, they'll definitely want to try and do it. But I think if they had to pick, they'd rather have the Prem and the Champions League. And I mean, Tottenham, this is their one chance at silverware this season. I think for Ange, that'd be an amazing season if he was able to get them silverware and finish them in the top 4. I mean, he's already a Spurs legend at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I agree.
Trophies don't come by.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, and with just City's recent woes at Spurs, yeah, I'm going 3-1 Spurs.
Hey, Walker.
I'm gonna go 4-1 Manchester City. I think Spurs suck.
Simple as that.
They're gonna get absolutely smoked on the counter. KDB, absolute banger.
Take what
Couple
Andrew said,
assists.
just throw it out.
Flip it.
All right,
We will be there.
I'm just gonna say 3-1 City. I just think that they're gonna be riding a high, because that is also the next game they play. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that they're riding a high, and Spurs, played an out of form United. So I don't know. I think City and Pep will want to stay going in the FA Cup. They could still win the treble.
How soon is that game?
That's Tottenham Spurs will be next Friday.
So
next
Son
Friday.
shouldn't be back yet from Asian Games.
No, he
Son
won't be.
back.
Okay, then I'm gonna go.
oh yeah, I might have to change mine then.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
Actually-
Oh, everyone's coming to check.
Actually-
Oh, I forgot
Hold
that. I
on.
forgot the Sun wouldn't be back. I thought he would.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs and stick with the weird Pep voodoo with the new stadium. Or
I hope so.
2-0 because he hasn't scored there, has he?
No.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
is
think
it
he
just
has
not
to.
one?
No, I
I'm
think
not-
they
I'm
they
not
have
gonna
scored
say
there. They had that crazy game. I think
2-1
one
then.
time.
2-1.
All right,
2-1 to the Spurs.
2-1 it is.
I will go with. I think City win 3-0.
Brahim. All
Oh,
right,
and
moving
got a
on.
little side love for City.
He does. He just loves Kev. That's all it is.
That's all Kev.
Kevin.
All right, moving on real quick. Everton, Luton, Andrew.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go. I think Luton don't put out a very strong lineup here. Everton at home. I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Everton.
Yeah. Walker?
I'm going to do a quick 1-0 Everton.
1-0. Daishi.
Grind it out, dice ball. I'm going to go 2-0 Everton. I think they'll want to stay in the cup, and Luton have other things to focus on. Dylan?
I'm going to go 1-0 Luton.
I saw something. So if you win the FA Cup, then if you win the FA Cup, then you
automatically get Europe.
Yeah, you automatically get Europe regardless of if you're relegated or not. So you get Europa League. So if Everton somehow were to go on and win the FA Cup and they get relegated, they'll be playing Thursday nights in the Championship.
Under the lights.
In the Europa League.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, Owen?
There will be a replay of this match, 1-1.
I was thinking, I was close to thinking
It's
that.
a replay.
I haven't called a draw, I don't think yet.
Don't want to watch a replay with Everton.
Here comes it right here. Here comes the draw.
West Brom and Wolves is what I called. That's the only one I've called.
Moving on here, we're going to Newport County at home with 8,500 fans. There's somewhere around that small amount versus the mighty Man United. I'll go ahead and start with this one.
Yeah,
I'll go
you
ahead
go
and
ahead.
start. Yeah, this is my team, so I get more off you. I'm going to go ahead and go. You can keep my scoreline right there, but add a 0 to it. 3-2-0. United. Come on, you.
I'll go. I'll go 4-0 United.
He loves the United. Walker.
I mean, it's Newport County.
Yeah, we should be winning by that, but
Going for a cheeky 1-1.
The magic of the cup. I love
you've
it.
been clipped. And Dylan?
I'm just a chill 2-0 Manchester United.
Yeah.
Come on, Owen.
Just like the Wigan. I can see it. Alan?
Honestly, I think this is probably a statement game for Ten Hag, trying to get the wheels back on track. I think he'll play a couple of the kids. Mino should look to star in this game. And then, I think winger like Anthony might get some minutes. I think United might get the ball rolling. Give me Newport County 2-1.
Come on, Owen.
Come on, we love it.
All right. Moving on
Ghost,
to
you can't see him on camera, but you knew he had something cooking there.
Yeah, I know.
Smiling from ear to ear.
Young King, Aaron Ten Hag's got it's going on. All right, moving on. Sheffield United versus Brighton and Hove Albion, sorry.
I'm going to go for
Andrew.
Brighton battering 5-0.
5-0.
5-0 to Brighton.
Alrighty
Sheffield,
then.
I think, are horrible, and I think that they can get opened up.
Fair.
I'm gonna go for a Brighton 3-0 win.
And I'm going to follow that up with a 2-0 win for Brighton and Hove Albion. Dylan.
Yeah. I'm going to have a 2-2 replay. Brighton can't keep clean sheets, and Sheffield may finally show that they want to, try and win something.
Is that just because you hate Brighton, or do you actually think that?
Definitely because he hates Brighton.
A little bit.
I agree though. They cannot keep a clean sheet. I'll go 3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton.
All right, moving on to our last game. It is Fulham at home versus Newcastle United.
That's a tough one to call, I think. I mean, Fulham are decent. I mean, they're a decent side on their day, and Newcastle have not been great. But I'm going to go Newcastle. I think they played well against City. I think they can take some positives from that. Isak and Gordon look good, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3-2. 3-2 for Newcastle.
3-2 to Fulham or Newcastle.
I don't know.
Newcastle, yep.
Yeah,
Newcastle 3-2.
And also Fulham play Liverpool in the EFL Cup 3 days prior to this, so obviously they'll be putting out a strong lineup.
They'll get batted.
Yeah. So Walker, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. I think Newcastle just aren't as threatening away from home as they are at home. I mean, I think if that game was at City, I think they would have never been in the game this past weekend. So
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go 2-0 Newcastle. I just think tired legs of Fulham after battering Liverpool in the EFL Cup. Dylan,
I'm gonna go the same score as you, Cam. I like that.
come on.
2-0 to Newcastle.
And
Cheeky
Owen, to round it
win
up.
for Fulham, 1-0.
Oh,
1-0 to the Fulham.
Magic
1-0 to the
Marco.
Fulham, America.
So someone's getting the result right. At least we've got all the bases covered.
Yeah. Do we have a 0-0? No.
No,
1-1 though.
we've got a 1-1.
We've got a
Yeah.
1-1 though. All right. And next, we are going to move on to some questions from our Instagram account and also a few debates that we're going to be talking about. And to start, we're going to talk about a heated debate that got started in our group chat. And we are going to list off our top 5 midfielders from 2010 to current time in 2024. And it includes CDMs, center mids, and cams. I'm going to let Andrew start, and he can go ahead.
All right. So, yeah, let's start, I guess, counting down from 5 towards 1. So ranked, I've got for my 5th, I've got Busquets. 4th, I've got Iniesta, even though, I mean, if you wanted to go by career, I think he would definitely be higher even on this list. But just based on from 2010 onwards, I still think he's in that discussion. I mean, he was the heart of that Barcelona midfield for so many years. 3rd, I've got Toni Kroos. Same almost explanation in 3rd, Toni Kroos. I think same thing with Iniesta. He was at the heart of that Real Madrid midfield for, I think he's won now 5 Champions Leagues, and he's still there today. He's been, I mean, there forever. I mean, started at Bayern, left when he was real young, 21, 22, straight into that Real Madrid team, and he's been just a staple of it ever since. At 2, I've got Modric, just alongside Kroos there, probably the more creative player, while Kroos is more kind of making the tempo. Modric is the one kind of unlocking defenses, and then really that 2018 World Cup run, he was definitely the best player at that tournament. So no one can really argue with him being on the list. And my number 1 midfielder has been De Bruyne. I think in the end he'll go down as probably the best midfielder in Premier League history, in my opinion. And yeah, I think just what he's done consistently for, it'll be probably 8 years now since 2015 or 2016 on, he's been, I think, probably the best midfielder or the best 10 in the world in that time period. So yeah, those are my 5.
All right, and can you list them real quick? List them real quick again.
Yep. So from 1 to 5, I've got number 1 De Bruyne, 2 Modric, 3 Kroos, 4 Iniesta, and 5 Busquets.
All right, and moving on, we're going to go to Dylan. Give us your top 5 midfielders.
All right, I'll go the other way around. I'll start from number 1. I've gone for Busquets as my number 1. I mean, he has, and not actually him on his own, but I feel like he's kind of dictated the way that the modern day, like what you ask of the modern day 6. And I mean, he's done it for like some of the greatest teams of the decade. Plus, he had the longevity starting his career early, like breaking into the first team right before the start of the decade, but all throughout the 2010s decade, he was ever present in the Barcelona midfield for Spain as well, with their success at the start of the decade. And I mean, his importance just can't be overstated. My second spot.
Stinky take.
All right.
Not agreed, but
all right.
I like
You
it.
can
Modric.
appreciate you can
I've got
appreciate him,
Modric.
man. But come on.
No.
Yeah,
no,
come on,
no.
man. Hop off his shaft, man.
All right.
It'll be all right.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
Got a
coming
wife.
from a real, true CDM. So you
Yeah,
gotta back it.
that's why. It's because he's a CDM.
Oh, you played holy mid.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You appreciate the fine art. All right, fair enough. But
Number
I still
2.
think that is ridiculous.
It's gonna get better as the list goes on. I promise. Number 2, I've got Modric. I mean, similar. The whole decade, he's seen the highest of the highest with Madrid, Croatia going to the World Cup final. I mean, you just can't ask for much more. He's got everything you could want as a midfielder, and he also just makes it so nice to watch. Number 3, I'm going to drop in KDB. I was a little hesitant to put him higher up on the list just because of how long it took him to actually break through to get to that status of being like a superstar or the best in the league. But everybody has seen his brilliance. I mean, he does things that nobody else even thinks of, and it's a joy to watch. Number 4, I've got Cruz. And then my 5th one might be a little controversial, but I've gone for Thomas Muller. I think he's been... Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Are we classifying him as a striker,
He's kind
second
of like a
striker?
center
I mean,
forward,
even if we classify him as a center mid, he does not make my top 5.
I mean, I've got him in there.
Yeah, I don't think he even came across my mind when I was thinking of center mids. I was thinking of like maybe.
I was thinking David Silva.
I've got David Silva right below him if we weren't going to count that. But I mean, Mueller has got quite the legacy as well. Again, all throughout the decade.
resume.
World Cup champion, 2 Champions League, and I mean, just pissed the Bundesliga.
I might give Kimmich a shout over Mueller.
All right, we're gonna move on to that nonsense that's talking of an Arsenal fan. So go on, Walker.
Let's have at it.
All right, so number five, I'm gonna go with Toni Kroos. I think as y'all spoke about his just dominance at multiple teams. I mean, granted, 2 of the best teams in the world, but I mean, I guess if you're starting constantly and regularly and dominating at both of those teams, obviously you have a lot of quality. So I think Kroos at 5. 4, Busquets. I think he's a serial winner at Barcelona. Very solid. Doesn't really make many mistakes. I don't think he does anything crazy where you're like, okay, this guy's the greatest player of all time, but he's very solid. Gives you 8 out of 10s every game. So put him at 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with Iniesta. I think he goes right there hand in hand with Busquets. Just a little more offensive, kind of created more within that midfield 3 they had. So Iniesta at 3, won a World Cup as well. Stuff like that. Number 2, I'm going to go with number 2, Modric. I think he's won a Ballon d'Or. I mean, that speaks enough for itself, He's amazing and, kind of a flawless kind of player. He carries a small country like Croatia to a World Cup World Cup final. He's just ridiculous. And then number 1, it's the only number 1, KDB. I think by the end all be all, he could potentially be the greatest center mid of all time. I mean, he's definitely the most skillful center mid of all time, and I don't even think it's close. I mean, his wits to his technical ability is ridiculous. He's sneaky athletic as well. People don't give him credit for that. So number 1, KDB.
Me and Walker have the same 5. We've got Kroos, Iniesta, and Busquets.
And then I had a couple honorable mentions. I had David Silva.
Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Sorry, man.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I deleted all my honorable mentions, but I think since Fabregas has a
moving
shout,
on,
stuff like that.
Damn, you got sour quick. Yeah, mad. Just deleted everything. He's like, fuck.
All right, moving on. Owen, you can go ahead, and I will wrap us up.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a sin so far, just so you guys know that you haven't had David Silva in any of your top fives. For me, he's number 5. That man was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I know that a ton of players came in for City and kind of revolutionized them, but he was, literally involved in quite literally everything they did, and he did it for such a long time. Magic left foot, he managed to find every single pass, and this is before De Bruyne. He was just the glue to everything in that entire system. So I think he has to be in that list for me. 4, he's not quite. I don't rate him as highly as Dylan does. But Busquets,
somebody has to.
He, obviously, I don't even need to go into much more detail about Busquets. Brilliant player. 3, I have Modric, Ballon d'Or winner, absolutely brilliant footballer. 2 for me, I have to say Iniesta. Honestly, just watching him throughout the 2010s, like unbelievable player. The things that he could do with the ball, not only dribble, pass, but he was everywhere on the pitch, connecting everything. Watching him with Messi was an absolute treat. And then 1 I think we all know is Sir Kevin De Bruyne. He is going to be the best midfielder in Prem history. I mean, he's a Chelsea boy through and through. Clearly, we inspired him to become this good, and he won't stop. He just won't stop.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the passes that this man makes. Like, honestly, defy at just everything. It doesn't make any sense, and he just manages to do it. So, that's the correct top 5 right there. You guys can stop listening now if you want.
No Cruz. I think
Do you need to go to the bathroom and change your pants? After KDB talk.
No Conte. I'm surprised on that one. No Conte.
Well, no, I have. I mean, Conte and Cruz were my honorable mentions. I really wanted to put Conte at 5, but I just could not ignore David Silva.
I wanted Silva in at 5, but I could not pick him over any of my 5.
All right, I'm gonna go 5-1.
He's gonna say 5. Paul Pogba.
No, I'm actually gonna say Rodri. Rodri, and I have no clue how you guys don't have him in there. I think everything with City's success is him. So, he's him.
Fernandinho was doing it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was he at the rate Rodri is?
Yeah, I mean, it's just not, I think,
it's just not got long enough.
Proven yet. Yeah, if he's, the next couple of seasons, if we're speaking in 2 seasons, it's a different story. But I think just these other players have a lot of credit.
It's still a good shout.
They all have
definitely still a good shout.
Top class for a while.
He definitely. I think it's definitely that's more than fair, Cam. It's more than fair, man.
Thanks, Owen.
Based on ability,
the guy with ball knowledge.
Yeah, no. Hey, based on ability and like peak play, you can't deny it. But just if you're factoring longevity, these other players too, I think personally take it as of now. That's not to say that he could go on.
Yeah. At 4, I'm gonna go with Busquets. It was hard. He was either 3 or 4, but this next guy I think is number 3 just because he does have a World Cup in his hand, and it is Team N'Golo Conte. I just think that he won a World Cup. He won the Premier League at Chelsea, and he won the Premier League at Leicester City. A lot of those guys on those teams can't say that they took a bottom club and, won a Champions League. So I'm going to go with Conte at 3 and then Kevin De Bruyne at 2 and my king, little Luka Modric from Croatia. I think just because he, has a Ballon d'Or, that's what takes him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue.
He's won the balloon.
He's won the balloon, so
Okay, but it's also the dumbest award ever because Messi just won it. So
yeah, it is the dumbest award. But
Conte,
he did
Conte
beat out
over
those players.
Iniesta.
Yeah, I do. It was hard. It was hard.
My thought process with Iniesta is almost he's played more of his career in the 2000s decade than the 2010s.
Are you sure about that? I think Xavi has, but not Iniesta. Iniesta was 22 in 2010.
What are you saying?
Iniesta was playing at Barcelona until about 2017.
Went to Japan, yeah. He broke into the team as an 18-year-old though in 2002, 2003.
Yeah, he was 20. He was 26 in 2010. So that would have been his prime.
Oh, he was. I'm tweaking.
They won the treble the year before, like going into that World Cup. So I mean, just kind of if you want to count that, but
Mine are strictly also, off of kind of players that I like. I don't know. I feel like Conte
you've
was
truly
also fun,
watched.
smiling.
Yeah, but he also won the J League, man. None of these other guys could say that they've won the J League.
Facts.
Can't say that.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right. We're going to move on to 2 questions from our Instagram followers really quick. What was more impressive? City's last season winning the treble, which United have done as well, or the invincible Arsenal team? This comes from Anderson Caldwell, who Walker knows pretty well. Walker, you want to go ahead and start with that one?
Shock us.
Yeah, man, this is a tough one, man. See, as an Arsenal fan, I have to say Invincible. So I think that's my answer in short. But I will say that I think the big issue with saying that the City season is more impressive is that the fact that Manchester United did it. So it's been done before. Invincible hasn't been done. The Invincible hasn't ever been done.
From the
So
shadows.
the only reason why I say that it isn't more impressive is because it's never been done before, other than that one season. And people can say, "Oh, well, it's tougher to win the treble." Yes, maybe it is, but people have won it before. They've never had an invincible season. So I'm gonna go with invincible season.
Honestly, I think a better question is, rather than what's more impressive, is which side is the better side, because, it's honestly kind of impossible to argue which was more, impressive, considering the fact that, as Walker said, teams have won the treble before, and, we haven't seen a Premier League team do the Invincibles as overrated as I think they were. It's still a hell of an accomplishment.
All right, well, we'll do that instead. So, Walker, just give us real quick, if you had to choose a team, which one are you choosing?
I mean, I gotta go with my Arsenal lads.
I hear you.
I think. I mean, the issue is between the two teams is I think the style of play is just so different.
It's 20 years apart.
So I think we had a really strong squad, and I think we had the ability to beat the likes of Manchester City. But what kind of we didn't have the crazy players off the bench that could come in and impact the game, and we also had a relatively young back line at the time, which I feel like a little bit of inexperience could play an issue against a team like Manchester City last year that was relatively, everyone's kind of hitting their prime all at once or are in their prime. So I think it'd be a really, if the two teams were to play, I would say it would probably end up in a draw, like a 2-2 draw, just because my boy Thierry Henry is going to rip them to shreds. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty close. But if I were to say better team, I would probably give the slight edge to City.
I'm just going to keep it quick. I'm going to say I want the City team just because,
I'll
really
back
know
that
much
with
about the
Cam.
Arsenal
I think
team anyway, but
I didn't get to see too much of them, like Cam just said, but also, I think City, if you transport them back, you take them in the time machine, I think Arsenal are going to be chasing shadows. They're not going to, they will have never seen anything like that being played. They would be like, what is going on?
Big Patrick Beat, man?
They might kick them in half,
because
Roberto Silva? Come on.
Yeah, well, it depends if you got VAR or not.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They got VAR.
Dude, that's what?
All right, Dylan and Owen, real quick, who are you taking?
But if I were to pick which season I'd rather have for a team, I'd rather win the treble than an invincible season.
Yeah, me too.
The gold Premier League trophy is pretty sick, though.
Yeah, but so is the Champions League. You can ask Arsenal about that.
High five there, yeah, set you up, Mike.
No, but to be fair, that Arsenal team was insane. Like the likes of Henry, Bergkamp, Youngberg, Vieira, etc. Ashley Cole was there. Yeah, Fiore's is amazing too. You had Colo.
Goal.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ashley Cole was there, like the best left back of all time, in my opinion. But I still think that the City
Sol
team is
Campbell.
probably better and would win on the day. But that's not to take anything away from the Arsenal side. I just wouldn't say they're even a top 3 all-time Premier League side. So that's kind of an unfair matchup.
All right. And we're going to move on to our last question. This is from Austin Lewis. Who is the best striker of our generation? Andrew.
I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and start and say Suarez, and y'all can just take that and debate on it because I don't think any player's doing what Suarez did. One, with that Liverpool team in 13-14, and two, I think that stretch from 2013 to 2017, he's the best striker I've ever seen live. And just watching him on TV, he was just guaranteed, him and Messi combined, at least 2 or 3 goals a game. It was, that front 3 of Messi, Suarez, Neymar. I think it's the best front 3 we've ever seen with the best striker of our generation.
I'd probably agree on that, but I would say, the Messi, Neymar, Harry Kane trio would be a better trio, honestly, because Harry Kane is the best striker of our generation. Just, you're talking about the Suarez 13-14 season. Just to highlight some of, Kane's greatness. He is right there along with Suarez as one of the only 4 players that have, a goal to game ratio of 0.9 or above.
That Suarez.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm not just saying. That was insane. But you can't say that he was just this much better
Harry
than
Kane,
everyone. Harry Kane is
Harry
right up
Kane,
there with him. And I think
player.
Harry Kane creates as well. Harry Kane is it leads the league in assists, leads the league in goals at the same year. It's insane. Like he's a well-rounded player. Suarez. I'm not taking away from Suarez whatsoever. No, he's absolutely up there. But I would put Kane in for me personally. And that's just. That might be a little bit of English bias, but watch him win.
There's a reason
watch
Harry
him win the
Kane ain't
Euros
won
this
it.
summer. Watch him win the Euros this summer and the Champions League with Bayern, and we'll be back here saying it's Harry Kane, along with his
until he
Ballon
wins
d'Or.
A trophy, mate. Until he wins a trophy, mate.
Yeah, Leverkusen are gonna stop that. It's Suarez. Debate with the wall.
It's Suarez.
It's Suarez.
Debate with the
Come on,
wall.
Dylan knows Paul. Debate with the wall.
No one thinks it's like Giroud.
I was about to say Giroud, man.
Yeah, Giroud.
Definitely was too.
He's won World Cup, man.
Oh,
Where's Luis Suarez's World Cup? Where's Harry Kane's
That's a
World
good point. Okay, well that's not a fair point in that instance, but it was a fair point before you said that.
It's obviously GX saying Giroud, but to be fair, Giroud is in the conversation for up there in strikers of this generation. A sneaky one, even though he's considered
like
underrated.
Highlight reels,
dude. Those highlight reels are way better than Luis Suarez.
I think what makes it funnier is Owen doesn't have a
just-
face, so he just.
I don't know. Honestly, I think there's a couple other guys. I think Wayne Rooney has a shout. I think even maybe over Harry Kane, but I would probably say Suarez. Maybe Robin van Persie. RVP.
Ooh, RVP.
No.
See,
Most lethal RVP.
Suarez is the most lethal. He'd take a bite out of your back line.
Aguero was in front of net, a dog.
Yeah, that is true. I guess Ronaldo is not a striker.
You can't. No, we're not going to count him as a striker. Also, we're talking about
because we wouldn't
players,
want to
not
say Ronaldo.
aliens.
I
Campus
love
really
Zlatan.
doesn't want to say Suarez.
I really don't want to say Suarez. So
Then
he
don't say
knows.
something else.
Yeah, big
So
Zlatan.
he knows.
yeah, I'm going big Zlatan just because he played for the United, and I just love. Zlatan.
This is cheeky.
Love
You could
Zlatan.
does Henri count because when he played for Arsenal, he kind of played through the middle
No,
sometimes.
that's not our generation.
That's
Yeah,
not our
that's still
generation,
not
though.
my As much
Oh,
as I
if
wish,
we were doing that,
as
I'd
much
say
as I
Wayne
wish I
Rooney.
was a Arsenal fan at that point in time.
You could have been.
Wayne Rooney is my best striker.
Yeah,
of our
when I was
generation,
3, I was
if
hitting the
that's what we're
Goo Goo
gonna
Gaga.
say.
It would go Arsenal.
Wait, Latham was just different class, mate. All right. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised Owen didn't say it, but Antoine
Drogba.
Griezmann.
Oh.
Yeah, great. Oh, that's a good shout. Actually, yeah, that's a very good shout.
like
But I don't think. I mean,
He's not
maybe,
up
but he's not better
World Cup
than like
winner.
Kane.
There's
Or,
levels.
he is a World Cup
There's
winner,
levels.
but
He's not
Umtiti's a
that
World
smart.
Cup winner. Umtiti won that squad. Like, come on now, you can't use that for every single player.
Yeah, even
Paul Pogba
Matuidi.
won one as well.
Matuidi. Blaise Matuidi.
Tweedy. All right, moving on into Andrew's little questionnaire he's got for us.
All
on
right,
career
so we've
path.
got to explain it to everyone, it's a career path quiz, so it's going to go in stages. I'm going to name the first club the player played for, and we're going to go each round. And if you think you know it, just buzz in, and then if you get it wrong, you're out for the rest of that round, and you're allowed to answer upon the next club named.
Should we start?
So I'll read it. Let's just come up with like.
You don't have to mute yourself.
Just say
I mean,
buzz.
I think we
Just
got
say
enough.
buzz.
Yeah, I think we got enough control.
Just say buzz.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to
All right,
just
so-
mute all you lot, and I'm just going to win.
Yeah, so I'll go and I'll go ahead and say the first club, and then once the second club, if you know it, just buzz in or whatever. So the first player, he started at Nantes in France, and then he moved to Saint Etienne. Anyone want to buzz? All right,
William
walk him
Saliba.
out of the food. Nope.
Oh, wait, actually, I know who it is. Dang it, I blew it.
All
I
right,
actually know who it was. Darn it.
and then from Saint Etienne, he went from Nantes to Saint Etienne, and then from Saint Etienne to Lille. No one there. From Lille to Marseille. All right, and here's where it gets cheeky. From Marseille to West Ham.
Buzz.
Payet.
Yeah, it was Payet.
Oh, never mind. I don't know why I thought it was about me.
Damn.
Dude, oh, dang.
So Owen wins that one.
I wouldn't buzz in
Bullshit.
first next time.
Yeah, Owen, you didn't buzz in. You just said it.
Sometimes you just gotta get the points on the board.
How about you buzz off?
All right, so the first one we're going. All right, this is for the second player. He goes Feyenoord for 2 seasons, PSV for 2 seasons,
So he's done.
Newcastle United for 2 seasons. Any guesses? And this is going to give it away from Newcastle to Liverpool. From Liverpool to PSG.
Hey, right here.
Yep.
Wait, Liverpool
Yep.
to PSG.
Yep.
Wait, how long did he play at Liverpool?
5 seasons.
Liverpool
To PSG. PSG on Rome to Loma.
PSG.
Dude, why am I
And then-
blanking?
Yeah, I know.
And then permanent, and he's currently at El Etifak.
Oh, Jordan Henderson.
You did go
Nope.
to PSG, you nut.
Yeah, we did it. What PSG, dude? What?
He came from Sunderland.
Yeah, wait.
Oh
Wait,
my
All right,
wait.
let me reread them. All right,
Wow,
Feyenoord
that was bad.
to PSV.
Oh, buzz.
Wijnaldum.
Yep.
Oh,
Fuck
genie.
off.
Dude, you know, I almost said
I forgot about Wijnaldum.
Gakpo,
Dude.
but you said for 1 season, or for 5 seasons, and he's still there. So
Wow.
To PSG.
That's shocking.
yeah.
Gosh, man, I
Damn,
forgot.
I forgot about
that,
Wijnaldum
man.
going to PSG. All right, Owen, you're about
Yep.
to be out of this. Boring.
Buzz.
Andrew, go ahead.
So it goes. This player, he started at Celta Vigo, and then went to Real Madrid. He went from Real Madrid to Hoffenheim. From Hoffenheim to Hanover 96. From Hanover 96 to Stoke City.
What? This player played at Stoke in Madrid.
From Stoke City to Newcastle. From Newcastle to Alaves in Spain. From Alaves to Espanyol.
Oh, Buzz. Borjan.
Yep. No. Not a bad shot with the Stoke.
He
Oh,
came
that's
from
Barcelona.
Alaves de
God.
Espanyol.
That's what I was about to guess him earlier as well.
Who?
He was about to
Okay,
guess
from
Borjan as well.
Alaves de Espanyol, and now he is at his current club, Espanyol, to Real Madrid.
Buzz. Hustle?
Absolute.
Absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it first. I got it
Yeah.
first. Good to-
I've got Dylan on there.
No.
Dylan got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whenever I watch
said
this,
buzz.
I'm tapping first.
You gotta
Okay,
buzz in.
That one will go.
You got a buzz.
That one will go to VAR.
Yeah,
That
we'll
one will go to
VAR
VAR.
that for everybody who's watching an hour and
God,
11
that's
minutes.
just
I was thinking of
shocking.
like a failed wonder kid. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I thought I was
Yeah.
thinking Jose Perez, but he
Once
Yeah,
you
that's
said
not
back to
right.
Madrid, once you said back to Madrid,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, hustling.
Yeah. All right. So this fourth player, he didn't have that many moves. This player
making
started
moves.
at Porto. He then moved to Chelsea.
Owen.
From Chelsea to Real Madrid. From Madrid to Monaco.
What's his first name? Ricardo Carvalho.
Oh, yep.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes,
Owen.
yes. No, yes. I didn't. I don't know what I was doing there, mate. Ugh.
Yeah, come
What do you
on.
say?
Sleep, man, yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet. We're getting close.
I almost forgot his name. I was gonna be so upset with myself.
All right. So it is currently 2-2 with Owen and Dylan.
Whoa.
Potential-
I did
potential-
that potential VAR.
And on-
the
Yeah. And on the last one. So we've got this player started at Santos in Brazil. He moved to Porto. After Porto, he moved to Real Madrid. From Real Madrid, he moved to Man City.
Oh, Buzz. Is it Robinho?
Yep. Nope.
Whoa.
Any others?
You said
Madrid to City?
Santos, Porto, Madrid, City.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say the next one, and from Man City to Juventus.
Buzz.
Buzz.
I said. You can't
I don't
buzz the
know.
second
I heard
time,
there.
man.
What?
I
I can
wait,
buzz
no.
after the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait,
each
no,
round.
he
I
can't
heard
buzz the
Owen
second
first.
time.
He's out this round, yeah.
Yeah, each
Yeah.
round.
Never mind.
Owen's out this
It's
round.
like each
All right,
club.
so it's Walker.
So
No,
Yeah.
it's like each club.
Oh,
Did you
You
say
say
City
each-
or United?
So am I in or out?
City.
Man City.
You're in.
Owen, you're in.
So
You
can I
got it,
guess?
Owen.
Yeah.
Is it Nicholas Anelka?
No.
Oh,
Starting in
Started at
Santos.
Porto.
oh yeah, you're
Started
right.
Santos and
I
Porto.
forgot about
He started at
that.
Santos. No, he was in Brazil.
Yep.
Buzz.
Yep.
Fernando.
No.
He made that face, so I gotta say it. I don't know. Fernandinho?
No.
That'd be
Juventus.
sick.
Ooh,
Fernandinho
I
played
can't
some time
guess,
in
I can't
Russia, I
guess.
think.
He keeps making this face. It's gotta be somewhere
Walker
around
can
there.
guess. Walker can
Oh,
guess.
hold on,
I know
hold
who
on.
it
Can
is.
guess right
I
now
know who it is.
Before his free reign. You got to go now. Walker, I'm giving you a countdown.
Yeah, I
I
got
know who
Five,
it is.
I got no clue.
4.
I got no clue.
All right, Owen.
Wait, no.
Danilo.
At least go to the next
Yep.
club. Oh,
Fuck
Oh
off.
my
Yeah, I'm
gosh,
looking
I
at it. That's
forgot
so
about
bad.
that.
That's his
Danilo.
last club. That's his last club. That's his last club.
That's
He's at
so
Juve
bad.
still.
yeah, he's still at you there.
Fernandinho
failed
gets me.
transfer.
I was just thinking of Brazilians then.
Yeah, I was
Thank
like,
you, whoever said that.
Me.
What the hell did Fernando play?
well, that wraps up the career
Awesome.
path.
Well, boys, looks like that will wrap up our 4th episode together, and all 5 of us here. I must say that was pleasant being all together for the boys.
Yeah, the first time. Come on, lads.
Yeah, come on then. Man, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we will be back for more next week.
Yeah,
Adios.
boys. Cheers.
Come
Up
on.
the shells.
Come on.
Cheers,
Yeah,
cheers.
Owen, it's good to see you, Owen.
Big up.